Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. I want to start off by thanking my channel members. Thank you all very much. Remind you guys that if you'd like to follow me over on Instagram, I'm over there with the same name. And then I wanted to talk to you guys and give you my long-term overview slash insights slash final thoughts as of now on the Shed Knives Skur. We've done a scale swap on this knife. We have done an unboxing on this knife. We've brought in another Shed knife, the Resilience, used it and done a review, but I haven't done a regular review on the Shed Knife Skur, and I feel like we need to do that. So that's what we're going to do here. And like I said, I want to thank all the channel members. I want to invite anybody who's coming by for the first, second, third time and you haven't had a chance yet. I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon. It would really help the channel out, and it also will notify you when I release new content, lives, community posts, and the like. So where do we start with the little Shed Knives Skur? It is a small knife with a what I consider a long half-inch tang with a lanyard hole, full tang construction, 154 cm thick blade, natural choil built into this full tang, and then you've got this nut buster, skull cracker, lanyard loop, tent spike driver, just basic utility cracker at the butt of the knife. But your main grip takes place from right here to right here. So for me, this is a very small knife with a fantastic Kaiser sheath, Kydex sheath. Did I just say Kaiser sheath? Kydex sheath that has fantastic retention. It came with a little loop to go over a belt, but I rarely carry these in a dangling pattern. So I put these IWB loops on it. I carry it scout carry, not scout carry, actually appendix carry on my belt. And it is a little bit heavy, sure, but the fun and the use that I get out of this knife, whether I'm in the backyard or whether I'm out in the woods on a Saturday, it's been a lot of fun to stick in trees and chop stuff with. As a matter of fact, let's see if it's still got any slice left. It has gotten a good bit of slicing, and it's pretty thick. It never was that slicey to start with, but it definitely has an edge. It's probably going to need to go get some stone love. It's still got a little slicey. That belly makes it tricky too. There you go. It's grabbing. It's definitely still slicey up front. The belly's a little bit, needs a little work. And I can see a little ding there that I've added to it. Because I have, like I said, guys, I've beaten the hell out of this knife. I've taken, this is just one of my little kind of internal sticks that I'll mess around with and try not to make too much of a mess. But this thing will just chomp and chop through this stuff like you would not believe. I mean, you can get so much torque behind this knife. It's just really impressive. I mean, I guess you can get that much torque behind a lot of knives, but this just feels like it's meant to do it. So, how big is the Shed Knife Skur, and what's its story? Well, it's from Delaware. Our buddy Jack Billings is a USA maker and the CEO of Shed Knives. And if you want to see how this knife pairs up to knives that we might be used to, let's look at a couple real quickly. The Azula, SE Azula 3, and I'll line them up back here from this rear pommel, which I'll show you why that's not really an accurate portrayal. Because when I stick this back, look how much of the grip. Whereas if I line this up to the choil and to where my grip stops here, it's about the same size as the Bradford Guardian 3. I only point that out because it can mislead you with this extra little length. I still think of this as a very, very small knife. For example, if we look at it next to the Benchmade bug out, it's going to have the same length, just a little bit shorter than that Benchmade bug out. So a little chunky guy who is ready for the challenge, really whatever the challenge is. So I'm going to take out the little Javon promotional tape measure, and we will learn that this knife is right under 7.5 inches long with a 4.25 inch handle. If I measure this usable, what I consider handle, I'm going to call it 3.5 inches. And that's from right here to right here. So I look at that dimension as 3.5 inches. And our blade length is going to come in right at 3 inches with a cutting edge of 3 inches as well with that big belly. You've got some really aggressive, nice jimping here on the spine. It's not too aggressive to where it feels like it's going to rub your finger raw, but it definitely gives you all the purchase that you need. You'll see 4 stamps on any shed knife. The top 2, SK, is designating shed knives. The 2-3 is the year it was produced. This was produced in 2023. And the blade steel in this full tang is 154 cm. You got beautiful rough cut and rough sanded G10 handles that not only give you more texture for the grip and really fill out the grip, because these are just very meaty handles that make the knife very comfortable, but they look to me like micarta. If we wanted to see how thick this blade stock is, we'll be surprised to find it's roughly 0.2170, right under 1/4 inch thick. And if we look at these handles, they're going to come in right at 0.77, so under an inch, but much higher than a 1/2 inch. And then if we wanted to weigh this guy, I'm guessing it's going to come in around probably 8-9 ounces. 8 1/4. If we had it sheathed up to carry, the Kydex is going to add a couple of ounces, so 10.55 with the sheath. So you could use this knife like I do, horizontally, carrying it on your belt. You could use it as a traditional dangler. You could use a tech lock system. You could mount it to your pack. Um, I would just urge you to look at possibly grabbing a knife like this if you're looking for a beefy, small EDC blade. These guys on NAF sale were 120 bucks. You could also get them at Shed Knives for 120 bucks. And for me, for a made in America, very unique knife that I met and fell in love with at Blade Show, I felt like it was a great deal, and I was honored to be able to give Jack the 120 bucks and get the knife. It stoked me out. Came with Dayglow yellow scales, which are really a good idea for if you're going to be using this for bushcraft or out in the woods, especially in the fall. I added the black scales just because I liked them, and they were so economical. I want to say they were 19 bucks on this site. But guys, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you for stopping by my channel anytime you do. Thank you, channel members. Thank you, those of you who have subscribed, those of you who have not. I ask you all to please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.